Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Fixer Upper, the show where I attempt to fix up your houses. So today we're doing a house called Terrible Tudor. It's by Hannah Jean on the gallery. Sorry, Hannah Jean on the gallery. It costs about 97,000 simoleons, 20 by 20 lot. Basically, yikes, some vampires lived here for a long time, did some creepy experiments. Took me a second, got there, and now it's been abandoned. They were banished, blah blah. Now, well, because the Overlord lilsimsie banished them, in case you were curious. It was me, the Overlord. And now it needs some fixing, and so here we are, looking at this house. I'm actually a giant fan of this. I think it's really cool looking. And I love the lot that it's in. I love this area. I love the build. I'm happy. But when you first walk up, you know, don't go in there. It's kind of scary looking. And the first thing you see when you walk in is the kitchen, and they did some really cool things like to make the place seem alive. For example, these floating bats they've placed, which are actually really funny because there's like legit bats in here. And there's also just, like a broken sink and stuff. It's just overgrown, kind of spooky. They've put posters over all the windows, which is kind of cool, a clever way of boarding them up. I love all the mail at the bottom of the door. It's so detailed. I'm such a fan of those little stacks of boxes. I don't know. I'm happy. And here is the living room / study area. Again, very overgrown, kind of creepy looking, because we've got, dead vampires. Nice little desk area, but whatever is going on in here. Is it like the human anatomy because the vampires are doing scary experiments? I don't know. I'm just saying. Getting some weird vibes, but just all the stuff in here, like, it's really spooky. What were they up to? Look at that. And then over here is the dining room, again with the vampire bat thingies floating. We got a really weird thing coming out of the fireplace. Took me a second again to get that, but I did it. I'm fine. And then here's a bathroom. So again, with some weird stuff's been going on here, okay? Oh, that's cute though. Anyway, that's the first floor, and then you go up the stairs. Careful, there's no railing, don't fall off and die. And then into this room. Oh wait, that's save that for the best for last. And here is the master bedroom. I love this carpet thing they've done. I also love how they've got like the green stuff on the bed. It's really nice in here. I love the big window too. Look at that view of a nice empty lot. Love the full-length full-length mirrors. I can't speak today. Bear with me. I actually got rid of them, but. Nice touch. And then over here, this is another bedroom, I think. Oh, no, bathroom. Steamboats. Am I right, guys? And then we have just, again, broken toilets. I love this touch with the fountains in the toilets and stuff. Broken cracks in the wall. Oops. And then over here is ooh, no, hold on. This is a nice little nursery area. We've got all kinds of toys. It's actually kind of fun and cute in here, except for the whole thorns on the wall issue. And then in here is the spooky part. Because it appears they've been doing some nice experiments here. They've got hearts, literal hearts. I don't want to talk about it. It's very scary. They've also boarded up all the windows because, don't want to get caught. But that's the whole house. Oh, the backyard too is kind of nice. I love this because what they've done, look how cool this is. They've put these, it's not real stairs, but they've put these like fake broken down stairs. They did it in the front too. It's a really cool little touch. Look, see, they're not real stairs, but they've made it look like stairs that are kind of broken. I haven't seen this done yet, and I see a lot of fixer-uppers, so cool new idea. Really big fan of that. I'm just, like, praising the builder right now, but it's so nice out here. Love this, buddy, But that's the whole tour. Quick floor plan. We're working with this situation right now. I like smaller houses. Good size, good shape, big fan. I hate the diagonal, but that's okay. I'll bear with it. Diagonals and the Sims are the worst. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. We're going to go ahead and jump right on into the renovation. Okay, so we are back and we are fixer-uppering this house. That's right, you guys. It is my favorite time of the week and I get to just talk to myself for a little bit today and that's all I want to do. I need this outlet, okay? I have a story about Halloween and parties. It was kind of a nightmare party. I'll get to it. But this house, I haven't done like a Tudor style house in a long time, and I had a lot of fun renovating it because it's not my usual style anymore. I used to do them a lot, but not anymore, and it was fun. You don't care about that though. Halloween. So you guys, I think I talked about my speed build, how I had to go to a Halloween party on Halloween, so on Tuesday, and I was worried about it. And how I almost bailed in my stream. I was like, you guys, should I bail and party tomorrow? And they're like, Kayla, you can't do that. stop this. Your friends are gonna hate you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I went to the party, okay? And it wasn't that bad. Because you guys know that usually when I go to parties, it's like a complete disaster. Because I get very anxious in social situations like that. And so I had low expectations for my experience, right? It wasn't as bad as I thought, which is kind of, moral of the story. This always happens to me is I make it out to be a horrible thing in my head, and then I get there and it's not that bad, but it was still pretty bad. So we're gonna talk about it. And the thing is, one of my best friends was like hosting the party, right? So her and her roommates all threw this Halloween party, and so like one of my best friends and then like a bunch of our mutual friends were there, but then there were also a bunch of like her roommates' friends that I didn't know, so it was like a little bit awkward, and they were all, I don't know them. They're kind of, I don't know, like it's just they're kind of, I don't want to say weird because I'm weird, but like, it's just sort of like that, and it was fine. We were all talking. It was grand old time. Had some pizza and stuff, and then later towards the end of the party. This is where the bad stuff comes in, okay? So we were just standing around talking, and then okay, so this was just, I'm gonna call it the most nightmare of a conversation of all time, okay? Because it ends with them talking about both religion and politics, which, pro tip, don't do that at parties. Like, of the things that you can talk about at parties, maybe not religion and politics. The two most divisive things ever, and everyone has very strong opinions, and it's just a nightmare, right? So that ended up happening, but I'll get there. So I met a new Susan, you guys, and I realized I haven't talked about like a Susan in a long time, and I realized this because in my video from my like Halloween special video, my like killing enemies in my Sims, killing my enemies in The Sims, I killed this character that I created called Susan, and people were like, wait, who's Susan? I don't get it. And so I realized it's been a long time since I told a Susan story. So Susan, in case you don't know, is this character I used to talk about a lot. I call her a character because people would like be mean to me in high school, and I'd be like, you guys won't believe what Susan did today. And so anytime someone wronged me in school, I'd be like, oh my god, you guys, Susan did this, and I made it into this like super villain. And then I made this like villain in The Sims, and then I killed her in The Sims. It was a whole thing. It was very funny. But I haven't met like a Susan in college yet. And also I don't really want to talk about like people that I know in real life on YouTube anymore. I used to do it more often when I had like no one watching my videos and very little fear of backlash. But now people all know about my channel, and so I don't really talk about people. I've grown as a person is my point here. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell me a little tiny Susan story because this girl said something that really upset me, and I maybe I'm overreacting, but it was just a really offensive thing that she said to me, and I think you'll all feel a similar offense because we're on the same boat here, and just it was very uncalled for, I think, and I don't know. She's okay. So this person is very nice. Don't get me wrong, okay? But yesterday we were all talking. We were sitting in the circle, right? And they were all talking about like some TV show that comes back on the 10th of November, and I didn't know the show, and so I made a joke because they were all talking, and I was like, well, The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs comes out November 10th. Haha. And then most people in the group were like, ha, that's funny, because like they know that I care about The Sims a lot, but like they don't care about The Sims, and that's fine. And so they're like, oh, look at you, Kayla, and The Sims nerd, because they know that, and it's like fun little joke, okay? I shouldn't have to explain this. But then this girl looks at me, and she's like, yeah, I don't play The Sims. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I was like, to respond to that kind of awkward situation, I was like, what? Everyone's played The Sims. What do you mean? And then she's like, no, I don't play video games, and started acting all superior because she doesn't play video games. And that's fine. Like, you don't have to play video games. You don't have to like video games, whatever. But to be acting all superior, like, oh, you don't play video games. Like, you're better than me because I play The Sims and you don't. What? Especially, I mean, think about me as a person, right? Like, I make a living playing video games. Like, The Sims is literally my life. My full name is Kayla Sims. Like, do you guys know that? Some of you know that. Most people don't believe me. My name is Kayla Sims. Like, that's my last name. Not kidding. One of these days I'm gonna, like, show my middle school yearbook pictures and be like, guys, look, my name is Kayla Sims. Because no one believes me. At TwitchCon, I was, like, showing my friends. I was like, no, guys, seriously, look at my student ID. Like, it says Kayla Sims. My name is Kayla Sims. Like, The Sims is literally my life, okay? I am a Sim, okay? And so people I don't understand why you have to be mean about that. Because, like, you don't have to like The Sims, but also you can respect that I do, and that other people play video games. Like, you don't have to like them, but you can be nice about it. That's kind of my philosophy towards everything, is like, you don't have to like the same things I do, but you also don't have to be mean about me liking them. You know, like, you can hate musicals, I don't care. You can hate Hamilton, I don't care, because I love Hamilton, but like, you don't have to be mean because I like Hamilton. You know, because like, she watches dumb TV shows. That was mean of me to say, see? I'm a hypocrite. But like, I don't like the same shows as her. Doesn't mean I'm being mean to her about it. You know, like, I don't care about the show they were talking about that comes back November 10th, but like, I'm not being mean about it. Oh, I don't watch that show. Oh, I don't watch TV. Like, I don't have to be mean like that. I just don't understand. Why can't they just be nice? Anyway, and then here I am, again, being a hypocrite, because I'm like, why can't you just be nice? And then I'm talking about her on the internet. Look, I just had to get it off my chest, okay? Because that was a mean thing to say. And then because she started acting all superior after that, like, oh, she was better than me because I play video games and she doesn't. Like, whatever. Just fine. You don't have to. Oh my God. Okay, I'll stop. But then that happened, and I was kind of on edge. It just sort of set off because I was like a little bit offended she did that to me. I mean, it wasn't just to me, it was like to everyone in the group, but I was kind of a little bit upset that happened, I think, which is understandable, because I mean, I'm very easily upset, okay? And then that happened, and I was just like kind of irked and didn't want to be around them anymore. And then somehow, I don't know how it got brought up, but somehow this group of like 5 of us, mind you, I didn't speak. Like, I didn't want to be a part of this. They started talking about politics, and some of them have very differing political views on, you know, sort of opposite sides of the spectrum, and they started arguing, and Little Miss Superior started being like, well, you're wrong, and it was just very uncomfortable, and the thing is, I agree with most of the things that she was saying, but she was being very mean about it, and then they were like arguing, and then they got into like religion, and they started like talking about religions that they hate, and they were being kind of racist, and it was really uncomfortable, and I wanted to leave so desperately, but I was sort of trapped there, and it was not a fun experience. So this happens a lot. I feel like most people become very uncomfortable in these situations, you see, and so yeah. I wanted to get out of there so bad, but I didn't know what to do, because the thing is, I was at my friend's dorm, and it's like a 15-minute walk back to my dorm, and at this point, it was probably like 11:30 at night, and I didn't want to have to walk all the way back, and one of my other friends, who, like, lives off campus, and she was going to drive me back to my dorm room, to avoid me having to walk back, like, in the dark at night for 15 minutes, you know, so she's just a pal, and so I didn't want to leave without her. I was kind of stranded there, because I could have gotten back by myself, like, because I had walked over there, and so I could have come back by myself, but, like, I didn't really want to walk back in the dark alone, because, you know, I'm a scared little child, and so I was sort of trapped there, and I didn't know what to do, and so I was just kind of standing there silently, like, waiting for someone to be like, well, gotta go, so that I could blast out of there too, you know? And it was just so uncomfortable. I have never been in a situation where I was that uncomfortable. Well, I have, but it's been a long time. And I just, because usually when that happens, they're like not your friends. And so it's okay, because you can just sort of like back out and avoid the situation, you know? But these were my friends. And so I didn't want to like, I don't like seeing my friends fight, for one. And also you learn things that people think, and you're just, it was blah. Okay, you understand, right? Like, here, again, pro tip, don't talk about politics or religion at parties. And then everyone's happy, because there's no arguing, and it's just a grand old time. You can just talk about spooky Halloween times, you know? It's not that deep. Oh my God. It was miserable, okay? And then my friend who drove me there, because she picked me up too, because she didn't want to come to the party alone. And so she was like, hey, want me to drive you? And I was like, yes, please, I don't want to walk. And then she drove me there, and then she was leaving because she has work in the morning. And so I was like, oh no, my ride's going. Oh man, I don't want to have to walk back by myself. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go. And then I came back here, and then I was safe. But it was just yikes. But otherwise, party was great. It wasn't great. I ate pizza. We, you know, talked about politics. Again, I didn't even talk. Like, I just sat there and listened to them fight for like a solid 20 minutes. It was very uncomfortable. But we're fine. We made it out alive. And so I think the verdict still stands. I still hate Halloween. I've been trying to give it a chance this year, because for the past, I don't know, 18 years, I've hated Halloween, but this year I was trying. I had plans. I was like, maybe I just hated Halloween because I didn't have friends last year. Like, you never know, that could be the issue. No, still hate Halloween. I was talking to my dad about this too. Apparently my dad also hates Halloween. Maybe it's genetic. That's a joke. No, but my dad, I didn't know this either, but apparently he also hates Halloween, so that's a good sign. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Okay, so you guys, I went home on Monday, and I got to see my family and stuff, and I live pretty close to campus. Like, my parents live pretty close to campus, so I can, like, go home whenever. So I go home usually, like, on Wednesday afternoons in between class and do laundry, because I don't want to pay for laundry at school. But I go home usually then, but, like, only my dad's home, and, like, I don't see my brother or my sister or my mom or anything. But, like, I went home on Monday night, like, and everyone was home, so, like, I had dinner with them, and, like, we carved pumpkins, and we made dessert, and it was just a generally grand old time. Like, I haven't seen my family like that in, like, probably a month, which doesn't seem that bad, because I know people, like, live farther away from campus, can't see their family at all, and, like, I get it, trust me, it sucks, I know, but, like, I haven't seen my mom in a long time, and so it was just fun to, like, hang out with them for a little bit, because, like, I went home and we carved pumpkins, and I just, my mom and I made mini apple pies. Okay, so here's a quick update as well. If you've been around for a long time, you might have a weird thing about cooked fruit. Like, I made a whole video about it once, and I got a lot of hate for it, because people were really offended that I hated apple pie. I'll explain. So, I really hate cooked fruit, like apple pie, peach pie, blueberry muffins, blueberry pancakes, anything cooked fruit. Hate it. It's so squishy, and it's gross, okay? I have a weird thing about it. But I discovered that I don't hate mini apple pies when I make them. I think the issue with apple pie for me is that when you make an apple pie, it's, like, really juicy and liquidy and mush apple in there. But when we made these mini apple pies, we, like, put a little tiny shell in a cupcake tin, right? So it's like a tiny apple pie. We put, like, little shells in there. And then I made the apples myself. I chopped them all up, put some butter. Well, it was fake butter, but we put some fake butter, put some, like, cinnamon and sugar in there, stirred them up, and then I drained the juice after I melted the butter, and then I put the apples in there so they weren't weird and juicy, and they were just kind of, this is going to sound so gross to most of you, they were drier than normal apple pie, and so I was very pleased. I loved these apple pies because I made them, and it wasn't gross. And so this is my update to that story. It was, like, a long time ago, too. It was probably, like, Christmas of last year I made this video, but I talked about how I hated cooked fruit, and I got a lot of hate on Tumblr for it. They're like, oh my god, how dare you insult apple pie? And people were, like, genuinely offended about this. So, that was a fun time. I think that was actually on Christmas last year. It was in a fixer-upper, like, right before Christmas, and then I got all this hate on Tumblr because people were so upset that I hated cooked fruit. Like, I'm really sorry I don't like apple pie. I'm sorry I offended you. Yikes. But hey, I cooked some fruit this weekend, and I didn't even hate it that much. College changes you, you guys. Oh, and this is unrelated, but I got a comment. It was actually a long time ago, but I saw it today because I was, like, looking through. By the way, YouTube, it, like, automatically holds comments for review, and so usually I avoid those comments because they're almost always bad, but I was looking through them today, which was a bad idea because it made me feel very nervous, and, it was a disaster, but it's fine. I was looking through them today, and I saw a comment from somebody that, I forget the exact wording, but it was something like, you should apologize to your mother for bringing shame on her after that rant. And so this person was, like, so upset. I don't even know, in the video they were talking about, it was a comment on, what's it called? It was my, like, 8 Sim starter home video, and so I don't know what I talked about in that video, but apparently it brought shame on my mother, so I'm really sorry, Mom. Here's my formal apology to you. I brought shame on you. I apologize. Like, what? Should I read the comment? I can pull it up. I saved it on my phone because I really wanted to, have it forever and ever. That is not the comment. I sent it to my mom, that's right, because I apologized to her directly. Okay, ready? The comment says, beautiful house, ugly attitude. You should apologize to your mother after that rant for bringing her shame. If college can't do anything other than create whiny, they wrote whiny, but create whiny, self-absorbed, developmentally arrested adults, why go? So, guys, do you know that I'm a whiny, self-absorbed, developmentally arrested adult? Yikes. So shout out to Girly Gamer for that comment. Really appreciate it. But I was, like, cry laughing. My mom, she was like, it's okay, Kayla, you're forgiven. No shame experienced here. It's so funny. I mean, the thing is, people comment the weirdest things in my videos. Like, I don't know what I talked about in that video to offend Girly Gamer so much, but apparently it brought shame on my family. So, again, really sorry, Mom. If you guys want to go back and watch that video and tell me what I did wrong, please do, because I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to listen to myself talk for 8 minutes, but you can. Let me know in the comments down below what's wrong with me. Oh my god. I'm gonna go though. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everybody. Mom, again, I'm terribly, terribly sorry for bringing shame on you. I'm, just a whiny, developmentally arrested adult. Oh, self-absorbed. Whiny, self-absorbed, developmentally arrested adult.